Welcome to Ireland. No wonder this place is always green. Now I'm only in Dublin for a couple of days and my goal is to show you a few of the key things you might want to check out when you're here in Dublin. Now let's get going. Welcome to the city of Dublin. We're here on the east coast of this island in the Republic of Ireland, and we're going to explore some of the top spots that you can visit in one day. Now, one of the first places I want to take you is this massive stainless steel spire here on the famous O'Connell Street. It's one of the easiest monuments to see and to spot when you're in Dublin. It stands around 120 meters tall at the base, 3 meters wide, and there's a time capsule in it down below. Nothing too special in terms of history and significance, but here on O'Connell Street, well, that's a street you might want to roam up and down. It's been the site of many political uprisings over the years, including the 1916 Easter Uprising. And all along this street you can spot different statues of political leaders. We're coming up to one here just over the shoulders of my brother-in-law, right up that way. Check it out as you make your way down towards the river. Now this is the bridge that takes you over the Liffey River, the River Liffey. It's called the Halfpenny Bridge, and it's the old pedestrian bridge, the first pedestrian bridge that was built to cross this river in 1816. The reason it's called the Halfpenny Bridge, well, they say that back in the day, you had to pay a half penny to cross this bridge, the Halfpenny Bridge. It's an iconic backdrop, a perfect place to get your group photo, and as you see it all the time on postcards, in shots of Dublin. You want to explore on the bridge itself, but getting over here to the south side of the river, you get a beautiful shot and view of the bridge. Oh, you hear the music, the soft sounds, the cobbled streets, the bars lining the cobbled streets, and you know you're in the old town of Dublin. This is the Gothic Quarter, and right up here ahead is one of those places that's on everybody's list, and that's the Temple Bar. But it's more than just the Temple Bar where half the crowd's drunk at night roaming the streets. It's the whole bar scene in this area of the old part of Dublin. You can come across many funky vintage clothing stores, art galleries, and every Saturday there's a delicious food market that you can dive into. Look at that, no shortage of whiskey here in Dublin. The man's delivering it now, and we're right here across the street from the famous Temple Bar. Beers are overpriced in there, but it's worth stopping in if you have one day here, just grabbing a beer and listening to some music. That's the Temple Bar. Even if you're not into drinking beer and getting drunk midday, these cobbled streets are a great little area to roam, see all the different shops, all the different pubs, and just get into the atmosphere and meet some people, all the tourists that are coming in and out to see this cool city of Dublin. Ha! And we're blessed with a beautiful day of weather. If you guys are getting value out of this video, please hit that like button down below, give it a thumbs up. So Guinness, it's all Guinness.
Yeah, all the black stuff.
So this is all black gold Guinness beer being rolled down into the cellar by my man here. Oh my, that's a lot of beer down there. Fitzgerald's right here.
Yeah.
Come and visit, right next to O'Connell Street near the river. Thank you. The Irish are friendly anywhere you go. Those two, they just looked up my YouTube channel. They're subscribing. Have you subscribed yet? Click that subscribe down. Also, I'll try to put the links to all these places and a little map so you can navigate yourself. Right over this way is the Dublin Castle. 800 years of history and about 15 acres worth exploring. Over here is the Christ Church Cathedral, another place worth exploring. But if you only have one day in Dublin, you gotta pick and choose which items you're going to. They're playing music for my arrival. This is the Guinness Storehouse. This is the big brewery in the heart of Dublin. Bam, we're right in it. This whole building's designed like a big pint of Guinness, and we're gonna work our way up to the frothy head. It's a self-guided tour, but you get an idea of the whole brewing process. If you've never done it, it's quite a learning experience. When I was a child, we brewed our own beer. This is well worth the price of admission. The 360 panoramic view up from the top of the Guinness Brewery, and of course, with this ticket, this is the smooth Guinness beer that's known around the world. And yeah, it's 12:30 in the afternoon, but when you're in Dublin, you gotta get down with one of these guys. Okay, there's a perfect pour technique. They pour it 3/4 of the way up to the heart. They let it settle a bit and then finish it off. Otherwise, you get way too much head, and you don't want that. You want a little bit more of the beer and the alcohol. What an experience. And now I'm gonna take you to one other place, a place where I think they have some good food. So we are right back in the old town, and over here under the church is the famous Molly Malone statue. But I didn't bring you down here to see the statue of Molly Malone, who's working hard. I brought you down here to go to Welcome to O'Neill's Pub. I wanted to bring you in here because this is one of those classic Irish places. This dark wood, spacious nooks where you can sit down, good food, and of course beer. How cool is this? Typical Irish place. Little nooks and crannies, and you really get the sensation that you're in Ireland. Look at this place. It just makes you want to drink. Wow, we are in a lovely street here full of sorts of bars, restaurants, and it's really packing out now. We're getting on towards 4 o'clock and the bars are coming to life. The people are going out and about grabbing beers and shopping, and we're coming up to one of Europe's oldest shopping centers, St. George's Street Arcade. It's a great little place to walk through, especially if it's raining and you need to escape from the elements. So what do we have in here? Well, it's Victorian style architecture, really beautiful iron beams on the top there. Coffee shops at both ends, stores, shops, cafes, a funky little place, little places where you can eat, get that fudge as well. It's one of those rare, beautiful, sunny days here in Dublin. You could come down here to St. Stephen's Green. It's a big, massive park in the center of Dublin, filled with lush green grass, plenty of plants, bodies of water, a place to sit down, bring a book, and chill out for a while. And if you want to plan a picnic, why not bring some food along, a little bottle of wine, and just enjoy a few hours here. A massive green space right here in the heart of Dublin, a little breath of fresh air, an oasis. Love it. If you only have one day, you can get here and see and do a lot. And if you have more, well, all the merrier. I'm also putting out a travel newsletter, and you can sign up for that. There's a link down below with all sorts of travel information about Dublin and other sorts of cities and countries as well. If you want to check out another video of mine, click on this one right here next. I think you're going to enjoy it.